From Prop 36 to immigration and the county's Safe Street program, so many hot button topics to discuss with Sheriff Kelly Martinez here this morning. We're so glad that you're with us, Sheriff. Thanks for coming in. We do want to start with California's so-called tough on crime bill that is now in effect. Prop 36 cracks down on retail theft and drug offenses. It allows for felony charges and increased prison sentences for certain other crimes. So, Sheriff, we know voters overwhelmingly supported this, 70%. How is this going to impact your office, and how is it going to impact capacity with the jails?
Yeah, that's interesting. So one thing that we don't expect is a huge influx of individuals coming into our jails immediately. And the reason for that is you need 2 convictions before the 3rd incident becomes a felony.
I see.
And you're booked on a felony case. So because of Prop 47, the last 10 years, most people haven't been convicted of these crimes, and so we're sort of going to have to play catch up. And I hope people will report crime when they see it. I think a lot of thefts, particularly with the business community, haven't been reported.
Do you think this will, the criminal element out there will be hearing about this, and that will deter them at all? I mean, do you want to talk about that?
That's really the hope and the intent of this bill, is that not only will it deter crime, but it'll also get more people into drug treatment.
Okay. Let's go to immigration here. The county board just voting 3-1 to restrict the use of county resources for federal immigration enforcement. Sounds like you're not going to be following this policy. What's the idea behind that, and why not?
Yeah, so state law right now, I believe, strikes the right balance. And what we do for people who don't understand what we do in the jails is if ICE identifies someone who's in the sheriff's custody that they're interested in interviewing regarding a violation of federal immigration policy, they notify the sheriff. We look through and see if that individual actually fits the criteria for the state law, which is that they've been convicted of certain crimes: murder, rape, robbery, domestic violence, things like that. If they fit that criteria, we allow the ICE agent, I should back up. The first thing we do is contact the individual who's in our custody and ask their permission whether they're willing to speak with ICE.
Okay.
If they're not willing to speak with ICE, then ICE does not speak with them. If they are willing to talk to ICE, and most of the time they do, agree to speak with and be interviewed by the ICE agent. The agent comes in just like any other investigating officer as a professional visitor, interviews that individual, and then they ask us if they fit the criteria and ICE is interested in them once they're released. We release them, and post-release, ICE can take custody of them if they want. We don't actually physically transfer anyone to ICE.
The board decision that had really no impact on the jails. You run the jails, and they run the board, the government side of things. How do those two kind of differ?
Yeah, so the sheriff has a constitutionally elected sheriff, and in as such, I am responsible for setting policy for the sheriff's office. The Board of Supervisors isn't responsible for that, and so as a sheriff, I've set the policy that we will follow and comply with state law.
Your big goal is Safe Streets, and the Safe Streets program aims to keep our streets safe. So I know San Marcos is partnering the next generation of the Safe Streets program. Tell us a little bit about this new pilot program and what the folks in San Marcos can expect here.
Yeah, so we've had the Safe Street camera program for years. We started in Lemon Grove. We've always have communication with our communities and get their feedback and interest. We'll be doing the same in San Marcos. They're going to be implementing the Safe Streets program. What it is a clearly marked sheriff's camera in a public space. We aren't recording. It's just a live feed for the deputies when they're responding. The added enhancement that we're going to pilot is a gun detection aspect to this. So if a gunshot is heard, within 10 seconds or so, the deputies are notified that a gunshot was fired in the area, and it gives us sort of a triangulated area of where that gunshot was fired. So we want to start this pilot over New Year's, because on New Year's Eve, unfortunately, a lot of people shoot guns into the air.
Yeah.
And really
never understood that. What goes up comes down, right? So you're being advised not to do that. But if someone does, this detection system can kind of alert you guys to where that is.
Yeah, and the deputies can respond knowing what they're going into.
Got you.
Yeah.
So for privacy advocates worried about their privacy with some of this new detection equipment, what do you say to them?
I say attend the meeting. It's Monday night, December 23rd, and there's information on our webpage.
Okay, and webpage one more time?
It's www.sdsheriff.net.
How are the numbers looking for employment? You guys still looking for a few good men and women?
We are. We're absolutely hiring for over 163 job classifications. So go to the same website. There's a job, joinsdsheriff.net.
Wide variety of jobs open too. You name it.
Yeah, anything you want to do.
All right. Thank you, Sheriff, for your time. Really appreciate it, and stay safe out there.
Absolutely.
All right, taking a quick break. We'll be right back after this.